Hi, Connor Gunn here from Lethbridge News Now. Welcome to the Weekly from LNN, where we go over some of the biggest stories from this past week and what you can look forward to this weekend. Starting Monday, February 8th, gyms, restaurants, and school-related children's activities will be allowed in Alberta. Premier Jason Kenney announced what he's calling a gradual stepped approach to lifting COVID restrictions. It's based on COVID hospital and ICU admissions, with Step 1 kicking off just over a week from now. Step 1 starts with hospitalizations falling below 600. All or most restrictions will have been lifted by September 4th, but hospitalizations will have to fall to 150. Two significant drug busts in southern Alberta came to light this week. The first is what the CBSA is calling the largest seizure of meth at any land border anywhere in the country. At the Coots border crossing on Christmas Day, 228 kilograms of meth was seized. That equates to about $28.5 million worth, or around 2.3 million doses. 38-year-old Amar Preet Singh Sandhu of Calgary was arrested. And the second is almost $250,000 in drugs, cash, and vehicles were seized in Lethbridge. Officers raided 5 homes last Thursday, and in total, 10 firearms were seized, along with drugs, $159,000 in cash, and 4 vehicles. Those 5 men from Lethbridge were arrested and face a combined 19 charges. All Canadian travelers returning from overseas will have to take a COVID test at the airport when they land. They'll have to quarantine in a designated hotel for 3 days at their own expense as they await their results. Those with negative test results can quarantine for a remainder of the mandatory 2 weeks at home, while those with positive tests must quarantine in designated government facilities. As well, Canada's main airlines are suspending services to Mexico and the Caribbean starting this Sunday until April 30th. Over the past 6 days, COVID cases in Alberta have dropped. An average of 447 cases were recorded each day in the province. This is a dramatic drop from over a month ago when Alberta was seeing as many as 1,800 cases per day. Though average new daily case numbers have dropped, Alberta's new daily death count has stayed flat. After months of delay, the modified 2021 WHL season finally has its start date. Starting February 26th, Alberta teams will form the Central Division and play a 24-game regular season. I spoke to Lethbridge Hurricanes GM Peter Anholt, and he says safety for the players is their top priority.
I'm not really sure what it'll look like going forward, but I think if there is any relaxing of the protocols, hey, we'd love to have fans in our stands, but first and foremost, this is about the players right now.
Anholt says he doesn't know what will happen with the playoffs at the end of the season, but they're just focusing on the task at hand right now.
We can focus on at least a divisional championship. If there happens to be something that our league office or the CHL comes out and tells us there's something different, great. If the Memorial Cup's in play, okay. But right now we're just focused on getting our team in and get playing.
Anholt confirmed that fans will not be in attendance, but if restrictions ease later on in the season, it's something the WHL will look into. The Mustard Seed is scrapping plans for a supportive housing complex in Lethbridge after their funding request was denied. The nonprofit was looking to create a supportive housing at the Ramada on Mayor McGrath Drive South and a sober shelter at the next-door Chinook Motel. The group still wants to build a sober shelter, but they're looking now into the former Western One location at 110 13th Street South. A new study shows that 94% of Canadians have been relieving their stress or anxiety through nature over the pandemic. 86% told the Nature Conservancy of Canada that spending time in nature is important to their mental health during the pandemic. Even though these winter months, over half say they want to spend more time outdoors. One big takeaway from the study showed that 91% agree that Canada must invest now more than ever in protecting and restoring and caring for nature. Those are just a few of the stories we've been covering this week. To stay up to date on the latest and local regional news, head over to lethbridgenewsnow.com or find us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or find us on the Lethbridge News Now app. If you have any stories you'd like us to follow, send us a message. Thanks for watching, and tune in next Friday for another edition of The Weekly with me, Connor Gunn. Have a great weekend.